everyone, this is Heather with Her Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga. Welcome. Today I'm going to lead you into a yoga practice for a new moon in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign ruled by the planet Venus. Venus, our bright star of beauty and love, of sensualness. So you might like to light some candles if it's evening, or maybe light some herbal incense to engage your senses. The uh, Taurus zodiac sign is associated with the heart chakra, Anahata. So we'll be working with this earth energy and also with allowing energy to flow through the heart chakra. Let's get started. Come into child's pose on your mat in a comfortable way. Whatever feels good, knees together or knees wide. I like a couple of blocks for this practice. I have my bolster handy as well, just in case I need it. Taking the blocks under the hands and gliding them away, extending the arms forward to really get a full extension of the torso. Squeezing the thighs in towards the torso just a little bit so that you can feel yourself breathing here. We'll take a few breaths into the belly, allowing belly to expand gently on the inhale. And then exhale, let the belly let go. Draw belly in towards the end of the exhalation gently. And repeat that again a couple more times. Gentle belly breathing. On the next breath, see if you can bring that breath up into the rib cage. Now we're going to start working with the upper part of the torso, feeling the ribs flare, especially those bottom ribs. Taking a breath into the belly, letting the belly gently expand, breathing up into the ribs, and then releasing on the exhale. Let go. We'll move into a really gentle flow just to warm up the body. And I'm going to use my blocks here. You might use a bolster or a couple of books. As we come forward, lift the heart as we come forward into tabletop pose, and then exhale. You can tuck the toes here and round the back, coming into cat-cow tilts. So as you come forward, roll the shoulders back. Lift the heart to come into cow, and then exhale. Tuck the tail, round the spine, drop the head, release the shoulders, coming into cat. A couple more times like this to warm up the whole spine. If you want, as you come forward, you can drop the hips, coming into a baby up dog, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the heart, just like that. A couple of times just to warm up the spine, release the shoulders. Also, we're tucking toes to release, to open up any tension in the feet. Once more like that, and back again. Stretch it out in child's pose. Take those blocks forward. Again, using the blocks to find full extension in the torso, taking a full 3-part breath here. Inhale, belly, ribs, all the way up to the chest and heart. And exhale to release. Coming forward. This time stepping yeah, do you want to go? You can crawl. Oh, okay. All right, we'll step that right foot forward into a lunge. Okay, and we'll keep working with that same cat-cow motion, tucking the back toes on an exhale, rounding the back, drawing the belly in, letting the shoulders stretch apart, drop the head. Draw belly all the way in. There's a gentle pause at the end of that exhalation. Roll the shoulders back. Move forward, drop the hips, lift the heart, lift the gaze. A couple more times like that, rocking back, rocking forward. Find your own pace here, coordinating breath with your movement. Exhaling to glide the hips back, straighten out this front leg a little bit. Hamstring stretch, belly draws up and in, around the back. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, just like so. Once more, shifting the hips back and then forward again. This time we'll hold so you can bring your blocks up a little higher. Draw the hips forward, the heart through, roll the shoulders back. There's an option here to take the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, draw the arms and the shoulder blades gently together, lift the heart, drop the shoulders down away from the ears, and breathe into the stretch. We're also getting this nice stretch down the left quadricep muscle. Breathe into that stretch and at the same time, press down equally through both feet. Keep the back toes tucked, or you can untuck the toes and press down the whole top of the foot. Whatever feels best for that back foot. Keep the breath flowing. If you want, you can let the hips glide forward a little bit more. And then we'll meet on an exhale back in child's pose. Once again, use the blocks to lengthen the whole torso, full belly, rib, chest breath here on your next inhale. Release on the exhale. And we'll repeat that sequence to the other side. Come forward, stepping the left foot forward outside of the block or outside of the hand. Tuck the back toes. Lean forward, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back, exhale, and lean back. You can bring the blocks with you, stretching out that front leg. Now, without the blocks, it looks like this, maybe coming up onto tent hands. Keep rounding the spine on the exhale. Inhaling, lifting the heart, dropping the hips and the belly. A couple more times like that. Move centrally, slowly, mindfully. Some nice music here would be really great. Good. Once more. And then we'll hold and breathe here in the low lunge position. You can use the blocks or not. Breathe here, allowing the hips to descend, pressing both feet down, really stabilize through the lower body. If you want, you can press yourself up, interlace fingers behind the back, gently squeeze arms and shoulders towards one another. Breathe, opening the chest. If you want, you can let the hips glide forward a little bit more. Keep the chest lifted. Maybe lift the gaze a little bit here to stretch the front of the throat. And then when you're ready to let go, exhale, and we'll meet back in child's pose. Take your time. Finding child's pose. Take a full 3-part breath here. That's called Durga Pranayam. Durga Pranayam, 3-part breath. Belly, ribs, chest. Slowly. We'll come forward once more with the right leg. Stepping outside of the hand or the block, we'll come into a twist here. So your choice to leave the knee down or straighten out the leg behind you. Okay, we're going to move into a bind here. So turning towards this right knee, wrapping the arm behind the back. Breathe. Settle the hips down, both feet pressing down. Roll this top shoulder up and back and away from the shoulders, away from the ears, to find a long length of energy back from the heel all the way up the leg, all the way up the torso, and maybe lifting the gaze a little bit here. If that feels good. Opening up the side of the chest. And we'll do that to the other side. Exhale to release. If you want, you can come through downward facing dog here. I love to keep the blocks for that. And I use the blocks just to make my wrists more comfortable. So try it out. See how you like it. I really like it. Pressing the heels towards the ground. It's okay to bend the knees. Long extension of the whole spine here. Reach, reach, reach. Forward with the hands and back with the hips. And then we'll take the left foot forward outside of the hand or the block. You might need to scoot that back foot away a little bit. Again, option to bring that knee down. Keep the back toes tucked. Press back into the heel. Press both feet down, scissoring the legs together. Feel that strength in the lower body as we take the twist to the other side. Wrapping arm behind the back, rolling upper shoulder back away from you, stretching across the whole chest, and then hug everything in towards the midline, muscles to the bone. And breathe into this long line of energy from your heel all the way to the crown. Take full body breaths here. You can also use Ujjayi breathing if you're familiar with that to add a little warmth and stimulation. Then slowly unwind on an exhale, and we'll step it back to downward facing dog once more. Stretch it out. Maybe paddle out the feet. One heel presses down, the other knee bends. And then switch to the other side. And then we'll come forward into cobra pose. So take your time coming forward through plank pose. Bring the knees down. Move the blocks out of the way. And come down onto your forearms, settling your hips down to the ground. So getting comfortable here in cobra pose, pressing the whole body down, really hug the ground with your body. The fingers spread wide, palms pressing down. Let me scoot back just a little bit here. Elbows pressing down, elbows slightly in front of your shoulders, about shoulder width, maybe a little wider, pressing down. Even the pelvis presses down, the tops of the feet press down. Hug all the muscles in toward the bone. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. On breathe. Full body breaths, if you can manage that. Looking forward. We'll bend the right knee, the right foot lifts, reach back with the right hand, grab hold. You can use a strap here as well, or hang onto the pant leg. Grab hold if that's available to you, or just reach, 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 and that will open up the right side of the chest. If you can hang onto your foot, press the foot into the hand, the top of the foot. And breathe. There's a stretch happening here in the right side of the chest. Good. Yes. Breathe with that. The cats are hungry. Yes, please. I'm hungry. My son is up extra early this morning, so he's taking care of the cats. Good. Breathe into that stretch. Easy does it. Okay, that can be really tight. Let that foot go. Come back to cobra. Other side. Lift the foot. Reach back. And press into that foot. Okay, you can look forward here, press back, or we're simply reaching back and reaching the foot towards the hand. If you can grab hold of something, press it back. Good. One more breath in here. And then let it go. While we're here in Cobra, is coming down to crocodile pose, taking elbows wide, making a pillow with your hands. Bring your feet up and simply wag your feet from side to side, just like that. Just let the tension release from the low back, from your hips. Okay. Then slowly pressing yourself up, come back to tabletop pose. We'll move into thread the needle. Hands under the shoulders, push the ground away, draw the belly up and in. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, sweep the right arm down and through behind that left wrist. Bring the shoulder down. Make sure the hips feel stable and the torso feels long. So you might need to bring that shoulder out in front just a little bit more, extending. I'll give you a side view here. Extending the right arm away from you, and then you can reach this other arm up, taking a breath in here, and then lengthen it up overhead. And then once you have that arm planted, that hand planted, press the hips in the opposite direction. So there's a reach here between the hand and the hip. Pressing the shoulder down, really inviting circulation into the back of the chest, the lungs, the whole heart area. Hello. Hi. Keep the breath flowing here as you stretch. Relax the head as much as you can. Lots of length between the ears and the shoulder. And then when you're ready, bring this left hand down in front of the face. Press yourself up and reach for the sky. Big breath in, big breath out as you come back down to earth. Let's do the other side. Set yourself in tabletop pose. First, inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, sweep that arm through behind the wrist. Lengthen the left arm away from you. That left shoulder comes down to the ground. And again, remember to adjust a little bit so that your torso can get really long. Extending this arm away from you, palms lifted, reaching the other arm up towards the sky, and then forward, overhead. And taking a few breaths here. Once you feel grounded and settled, press the right palm into the ground, reach it away as you reach that right hip away and breathe. Both arms really strong here. Okay, I'm going to lift my elbow just so you can see me. Both arms pressing down the whole shoulder girdle, pressing down as you breathe. Imagine breathing into the back of the lungs, back of the heart area. There can be a lot of tension there that constricts the movement of the heart, pumping of the blood, and therefore circulation. So you really want to open the back of the heart as well. The heart is three-dimensional, addressing all sides. When you're ready to move on, bring that hand down in front of the face. Press yourself up with an in-breath, reach for the sky. And then exhale, come back to earth. And you might want to settle back into child's pose one more time. Stretching out the whole torso, bring the belly and the ribs in. Take a full three-part breath here. If you'd like to come into puppy pose, all you have to do is glide forward just a little bit to work on opening the shoulders. Shoulder tension can also create tension around the heart area. So really working all around the heart, not just the front of the heart with chest openers. And so gliding forward, puppy pose, only if that feels comfortable. And then from here, we'll work our way onto our back. So if you want, you can transition through a downward facing dog stretch. That's optional. You can just be transitioning onto your back. Maybe there's a three-legged dog here that wants to happen. You round out your own practice here, and then we'll slowly bring legs down to the ground and swing them forward, coming onto the back. Okay, so make yourself comfortable on your back, knees bent. Just let the whole torso and spine become comfortable on the ground. You might bring the knees in just to stretch the low back for a moment. Do whatever you like here. Maybe stretch out the legs overhead. Pump the pump the circulation in the lower legs by pointing and flexing. Maybe there's a cobbler's pose here as well. Just come into the practice on your back in your own way. We'll start to set up for bridge pose. So we'll do that by stepping the heels a little bit closer towards you, not too close, not too close, not too far away. So when you start to lift the hips, that feels really stable. And if you'd like, grab a block. This is optional, or even a pillow and squeeze it in between your knees. That's for stabilization, also for engagement of those leg muscles there. So on your next inhale, press the hands on the arms down, press the feet down as you lift the hips high to the sky. Ground down through the whole shoulder girdle. And then on the exhale, slowly lower yourself down. So there's our flow, our bridge flow. Inhaling to lift the hips. Look for equal breaths here, samavriti, and then exhale, equal breath down. So the in breath is as long as the out breath. Coming up once again. This time we'll add arms, reaching arms up overhead. Pressing arms down now as you lift the body away from the earth. Back of the neck is long, shoulders drawn away from the ears. Exhale to release down. Keep the breath flowing. I'm going to move my heels a little bit closer for better support here. Inhale, lift the hips, arms overhead, pressing the whole body down as you lift up. The feet, the arms, the shoulders press down, the backs of the hands. Lift, lift a little higher. Exhale to release down. Once more, just like that. Inhale. Arms overhead, hips lifted. If you want more shoulder opening, more of a back bend here, take the arms down underneath you, interlace the fingers, bring the arms and the shoulders a little closer together as you press shoulders, arms, hands down. Lift the hips even more away from the earth. Keep squeezing the blocks. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, releasing down. Take your time. Lift the shoulders away from the ground so that the back of the rib cage can land on the earth. You feel that support behind the heart. Couple of breaths here before moving into any counter poses that feel good. Maybe bringing your knees in towards your chest, maybe circling out the knees, massaging the low back. Or maybe you just want to come into cobbler's pose or happy baby here. Just stretch it out any way you'd like. An inversion is great here just to help blood return back to the heart. So just taking legs up can be really refreshing. Legs up, reaching for the feet, reaching for the backs of the legs, whatever you can reach for. And pumping the blood back to the heart, pointing and flexing, maybe circling the ankle joints. Just getting that blood to the heart, nourishing the heart. Uh, Inversions are great for that. This is a new moon practice, so it's a little bit more low key. I forgot to mention that. New moon tends to be a time of low energy, so we're honoring that in our yoga practice. One more squeeze, and then we'll make our way down to um, Shavasana relaxation. Again, making sure the back of the rib cage, back of the heart is supported by the ground. If you're not feeling that, interlace the fingers and press palms up to open up the space in between shoulders and let the arms fall down at your sides. Again, knees can be bent here for low back comfort, or you can take knees wide. Whatever feels great. Just know that you can change your position at any time. Taking a few moments just to relax and integrate your practice, getting a sense of the fruits of your practice. How is it that you feel right now? Breathe into that with compassion, with acceptance, welcoming all experiences. There's no right or wrong in yoga. Whatever is the path you're on, whatever you are experiencing, that is the path to enlightenment. Our dear friend Pema Chodron says that whatever is happening right now is the path to enlightenment. Maybe you bring your hands to your heart center. We'll take a couple of deep breaths here as we return, hugging knees in towards the chest, maybe a little bit more rocking here before coming up, rolling over to one side. And then pressing yourself up. And we'll close our practice in a short meditation. Find a comfortable upright position. It can be kneeling, it can be cross legged. You can sit on your couch. Maybe you're still in bed. That works too. And finding a few moments of quiet reflection for yourself, even if it's just a few moments. It's up to you if you'd like to close your eyes or simply lower the gaze. Relax the face, the head and the neck. Relax the shoulders. Look for that long length in the torso. Sit up tall. Open across the chest to open the heart. You might even bring your hands to the heart here. Take a moment to thank yourself. You may bow your head towards your hands, towards your heart. Honor yourself, honor this experience. Embrace all experiences that may show up in your yoga practice, after your yoga practice. Knowing that everything that comes after your yoga practice is part of it, moving out into your day with this mindfulness, with an open heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Heather Burkart with Her Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga. Don't forget to go to my website, herwellbeing.com, where you can find more holistic solutions. You can find more full moon inspiration, full and new moon inspiration every lunar cycle. You'll learn about self care, about herbs that are particular for this new moon. Enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.